Well, hi, I'm Courtney. Welcome to my channel where we discuss educational research one study at a time so that you can incorporate it into your practice. This is video 2 in my series for parents where we're talking about ways to help children learn to read at home because it doesn't always look like it does on the internet. And I just want to use some of my experience as a parent and as a teacher to help give you some ideas for how you might approach reading in your own home. If this is the first video in this series you're watching, feel free to go back and see video 1 so that you can get a basic understanding of how we're starting to approach reading in the home. Today we're going to talk about 5 more ways that you can help your child read. After your child has been working through a word and they're trying to sound it out and they're just about to get it right, let them have the glory of saying the word. I always want to jump in and say, yes, you got it, it says elephant, but that's for them to do, not for me to do. So I wait for them to say the word elephant, let it sink in and be like, oh my goodness, I just said it, and then just say amazing, congratulations, and then use the word in a sentence for them so that we're building the connection to meaning. So let them have all the glory, and then you can be the one to build the comprehension piece if they're not quite sure what the word means. Sometimes they'll read a word and not connect that it's a word that they actually know. So give them that second to let it sink in and then build the comprehension for them. Next, only spend a minute or 2 looking at the pictures. The pictures can be really derailing if you're trying to focus on reading with your child. So I like to say we're gonna look at the pictures at the end. The pictures aren't gonna help us with the words anyways. After you read, we can have a quick look at the pictures and then don't worry, we're gonna go back and look at each picture for as long as you like. I might be making dinner while you look at those pictures, but they're all yours once the book has been read. Some of those pictures can be really enticing. I personally find books where the pictures are not super engaging so that the words are really where the focus lies. When children are working on reading and they're brand new to the experience, so they're sounding out every single word and then needing some reminders of what the word is at the end, it can use up a lot of their resources, and so they're not really getting an opportunity to pay attention to the full story. So what I like to do is when the story ends, or even after a page, whatever works best for you, I like to go back and reread the story to the child so that they get to enjoy the actual story and they get to kind of take stock and say, wow, I read all of this by myself. And so I always go back and read the story so that they can have the opportunity to spend time comprehending because they've used up all of their resources decoding. My next tip is to be diligent. Baby crawling around on the floor, we're still reading a book. Other kid climbing on top of you, we're still reading the book. Oh, the page that we're supposed to read is torn and ripped because you didn't like it, so you ripped it. No worries, I can tape it back together and we're still going to read this book. Hate reading, no problem. I hate it too sometimes. We're still reading tonight. I also don't personally have a reading spot in my house for us to read in. I find that too limiting, and I find that if I make sure that there's a reading spot, it becomes this big daunting task. Like the reading nook isn't clean, or there's something happening and we can't get to it, or I need to be cooking dinner, so how can we possibly make reading happen? So I don't have a reading spot. My only rule is that nobody is allowed to play with toys near us except for the baby. So everyone else has to go into a different room, and this is our special time where we are reading together. And that way reading can take place wherever I am. So the bigger kids have to take their toys away from us and play loudly in other areas because right now the focus is reading and the only option around us is to actually get our reading done. I hope this has been helpful for you. Please like, comment, and share with other people so that we can reframe what reading at home looks like. Have a great day. Bye.